Some shadow puppets.
Shadow puppet.
Oh, maybe I see it.
I know.
We're good,
Thank you.
Good?
Okay, bat.
Fantastic.
Oh yeah.
The bat.
Crocodile.
Crockett.
No, I don't know that.
What?
All right.
The goat.
Nope, we're all good. Things are back.
Rain.
There we go. Chronicles of the Coast. Wednesday
Rain.
D&D stream. Good to go. Sound is working now. Here we are.
I
Yep.
hear you.
I heard it. Confirmed. Awesome.
Beautiful.
Thank
Everyone,
you.
raise your hand if you've been marked safe from having sex with demons. I mean, from what
Wait.
I hear.
Demons?
Yeah.
This year or ever?
It's just recently.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'm good.
I mean, I saw a thing
did,
on
you
the
did.
news.
Yeah.
Sort of.
If you
Depends
haven't,
on what year it
go
was,
Google
man.
what's currently trending in the U.S. and
Yeah.
we'll leave it at that.
Oh, yeah.
Is it like
uh,
5G conspiracy?
No, it's
it's a-
hydroxychloroquine will protect you
Yes.
from demons.
No,
Okay.
yeah, the
Yeah.
doctor. You must take it. It'll save your soul.
Ask your doctor
Trump's
if hydroxychloroquine
Crazy.
is right to save you from
Hydroxychloroquine.
demons.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
really don't take that stuff because
Yeah.
people with severe conditions actually need it.
Can't be responsible
Yeah.
if taken
People with
outside of a
lupus.
summoning circle.
Right,
You know.
yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
why I said
That's
ask
why
your
there's a
doctor.
shortage of it now.
Okay,
just
so
don't- just
last
don't
week
listen to
on
this.
Chronicles of the Coast,
Just don't listen to this.
We're in the midst
Somebody
of
died.
we're in the midst of a murder mystery. You're all on a boat known as the
Yes.
Light of
don't
Magni.
you ever forget.
Yeah, we've been investigating a murder.
We're on a boat, y'all.
All right, and
I wish we had an object that you guys need a Afghan.
Me too.
Yeah,
I'd wear it.
I'm wearing it right now.
let me get the players to do a little bit of a recap on the facts as you have found them on this
man.
murder mystery. What is it that you know? You know.
Well, Cyrano has discovered that the wound was an upward slash with a sharp object, and the blood was splattered up. That's how I figured that out. The body fell in one location and was not moved. There was a bloody small footprint that led to where we found the daughter. That's what we know so far. We interviewed lots of people, which I will now let my friend who did the interviewing continue.
Did quite a bit of talking on the boat ship, and one thing that we realized is that everyone had a story to tell. And once we got down to the bottom of it, what we found is that there was a dagger that was lost and had turned up missing. And there was a priceless family heirloom which belonged to Madeline Albright, the victim, that had also turned up missing. The victim had convinced one Miss Ella, I believe? One Miss Ellen, a blacksmith, to donate a large sum of money to her daughter's reconstruction fund, 300 coins. We don't know what type.
She said gold. It's a lot of moolah.
We know that the coins have not been found. One thing is Cyrano, with his exceptional creations, he discovered a necklace upon the Dragonborn's chest when he showed a tattoo, I believe, or a scar or something like that.
So we saw there was a tan line on the victim and the necklace was missing.
Necklace was missing. And
All things are pointing to
Joxes.
Yes, as he is most likely the thief, but probably not the murderer.
An opportunist, to be sure, but probably not the murderer, because the angle is all wrong
Does
unless he
not
was
have
kneeling,
motive.
and it just doesn't make any sense. So, one thing that we have all begun to suspect at our own, sorrow is that perhaps the girl was involved in this murder. It seems more and more likely. And to this theory, I say to you all, what if she did? Do we turn her in? Will they throw her overboard?
Can you blame her if she was being
Not at all.
tortured her entire life, being used as a chip in countless schemes?
And what do you know about the girl?
Very little.
She is sickly.
She is sickly.
Not
She
much.
she has a twisted leg,
She lied.
but she lied. She lied.
She told us that she was forced into the closet and did not know what happened to her mother,
A hand in the darkness, roughly shoving her,
which would not explain her footstep.
which would not explain her footstep. It would not.
I told you it was a girl all along.
But we know,
You guys are forgetting more stuff.
we are forgetting more stuff, but we know that the mother was lying and using illnesses that were made up to extort people out of their money.
Which is where Strider comes in.
Okay.
Because he says that the elf, under his protection, though she has been accused of poisonings in the past, is not guilty of this crime.
By alibi.
By alibi. And, of course, as always, there's a potential and spurned lover.
Correct.
Yes. So we have a
Free
Very
ward.
good.
we have a Gaston type character.
Yes, that's the human free ward.
Mm-hmm.
Nope, Rosher.
Rosher.
I thought Rosher
You guys
was...
thought
Roshers.
Rusher's our free ward's the guy who she
I think I'm
She
who
didn't
tried
like,
to
but he
hook
tried
up with
to.
her. She
Yeah.
rebuffed him.
he's an artist.
Right, yeah.
Rosher claims that there were advances from
Mhm.
Madeline that he rebuffed.
That he rebuffed because he was actually trying to hook up with Strider.
Yes, we
Yeah.
did find that out, that he thinks he is good looking. Now, that's not an exclusive deal, but we know
True.
that he thinks he is good looking. Wait, is Strider still a female form?
Male, I
No,
believe.
no.
He transformed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He
And-
transitioned.
And
essentially.
as you are here on the ship, you notice is taking on a little bit of a green around the gills, as they could say, sort of
God, so
look.
cool.
Oh,
It's very cool.
Taking on almost an ocean
did we
type
mention
sea elf appearance.
missing dagger?
Well, yes, there was a dagger
Okay.
missing, and I believe that it was Ellen, once more, the blacksmith,
So
who
that she saw
Who in-
Dragonborn with it.
We.
she said that she's seen the dragonborn with it, and it was a Chris.
Mm-hmm. Wavy short dagger.
Which was exactly the same thing we saw in the image
It's what we've
of
seen in
the
the
small
image.
creature
Yes.
slashing her throat.
You also spoke to a halfling known as Baldo, who is
Baldo!
traveling with
Baldo,
Jarcy.
yes.
With traveling with Jarxes,
Yes.
And
yes.
he's missing a dagger.
He's missing a
He's
dagger.
missing
He is
a dagger.
missing a dagger.
But not a Chris.
Well, a Chris is a type of dagger.
Right. But is that what he's missing?
You haven't asked.
I'm pretty sure we asked that.
Baldo has a
Maybe you
missing daughter, Bebe,
Yes.
which is why he really hates what's going on. He thinks it's personal,
It's
and
bad business.
Yes.
but he is
Very
he is a
questionable.
companion of Jarxes,
Jarxes.
which is why we don't think Jarxes is the killer.
Right.
I
And-
lost my accent. Sorry.
But when we did call out Jarxes, and we were like, what's with the dagger? Baldo was like, what? So he
He's a
honestly
bit
didn't know.
dodgy.
I mean, it's a different dagger.
Right. So either it's a different dagger, or
Okay, so our,
Jarxes just hadn't had a chance to
our
tell his
companions,
friend.
we have now caught you up. What do you think? What should we do?
The dagger.
Mooney?
Yeah,
Nakma?
that Orky also threatened her, but
Read that.
it turned out that
Does that mean
it
anything?
was because he found out that she was a liar.
Mm.
Yes,
Yeah.
more rock.
I can't
And it
remember.
was most
I
likely
do.
likely that the diseases that she was afflicted with weren't really diseases. They were just her poisoning her the whole time.
We
Yes.
Yes, her own mother poisoned her.
The evidence is stacking up that her mother was far from a decent person. Far from a decent person.
She made it seem as though she was sickly all the time, just so that she could get extra money.
The good Thori
Yes.
offered to heal the child for free.
Yes, I remember you also telling me that she just left her real family, like the rest of it, to go with her mom. This might be a kidnapping in the first place.
Yes, there's that. This is a mini-layered onion.
So what do you think, Mooney? What should we do?
She's obviously a vampire.
We-
You saw all the blood in there. We just didn't see it on her because she was drinking it so quickly.
Fleeing to the aristocracy of
Everybody
Hades,
knows
which is
that
safe
blood
haven.
around the vampire immediately gets absorbed by them.
I don't think it works that way.
I think so.
Nakma, what do you
We need to
think?
get gold
I'm-
and then kill it with it. That's the rules, right? Use gold.
I hope she's not a vampire, Mooney. That would be very bad, child. Don't want to know. Don't want to
wait.
think about it.
She's a daywalker, the worst type of vampire.
Stop it, Mooney.
Because the cleric, I look
Stop
over
it.
to
I'm
him.
never gonna sleep again.
You saw her
No,
out in the
stop.
sun, right? You can even see her aura, can't you?
Sorry.
Thori.
Oi!
You know.
I saw the last out in the sun! She was out there! That was radiant! And it burned with a horrible intrusion upon the skin! From my mountain lands that I come from! Even with the cloud cover, I'm turning red! Red as a tomato! Oh gods, it burns!
See, it even burns a normal dwarven
Burns.
man.
She was fine, Mooney, and so
Okay.
far she hasn't taken advantage of the captain, and he's there sleeping.
Who's around? Who's in this room?
She's not a vampire.
All
How'd
of the
she kill her
people
mom?
that you have gathered up are in the commons. All of the crew are up top,
Which hand was she
tending
using?
to the ship, except for the
Right or
captain.
left?
And Navi.
And
Okay.
Navi's down here,
Oh, yes.
except for the captain and the girl who are up in the captain's quarters.
With Libras.
Zero. I have two really important questions
Yes.
that I've been thinking of this whole time.
Come here.
If there's only the kid's footprints in there, and the blood was able to get under her foot that quickly, right? How was there not any killer's footprints in there? How were they able to slit her throat, get out, get all that stuff, and get out? Was the blood all around the room? I didn't really get a look at it. And second, which hand did they use to slit the lady's throat? Was it from right to left or left to right? These are questions that puzzle me.
Do you think there'd still be blood on their hands?
I didn't see blood on the kid, right?
Mooney.
You did a smell check.
Yeah, I
Probably
did
with
do
the
a
smell
smell check, and I didn't even smell the blood on her boots.
No, I smelled. Remember, I used Libras to smell for blood in the room, and he didn't smell any in there.
But it is on her shoe?
I don't know. I can look again.
Okay, well, first thing we should check
It's
is
everybody's shoes.
correct. The dwarf, which we haven't really done a
Wasn't me.
very good interview of her.
One dwarf, yeah, the dwarf that
She's
that
the one
found
who found
them.
the body.
Yeah.
She's most likely the guiltiest.
And what was her name again?
Minerva.
Minerva.
Minerva. She is not on my list of suspects interviewed.
I have that here. I thought that. What was that?
As to your other point, Mooney, what matter is the hand that they use, Mooney?
What was that?
What does it matter which hand they use?
Oh, well, if we know what hand they use, and then we throw a baseball at them and they catch it with that hand, we'll know that it was them.
Or they're ambidextrous,
Or they're actually good at catching baseballs with their left hand.
which
or
most
right
people
hand.
are, surprisingly.
Thank you.
Because that's where your mitt goes.
Yes, this
You
baseball
just,
game.
just stop talking.
That Taz tells me all
I never
about.
should have taught you about baseball. I keep telling you, it doesn't apply to every situation in life, Mooney.
But you
But
are...
there's so many great
Brandon does.
examples,
Yes,
like
he does.
sliding into first base.
Okay, if there's nothing more, we can skip
Love
past
that
that point, I
idea.
suppose. But yes, we should look for bloody footprints, no?
Okay, you look for. I guess you guys can look for some footprints, and I'll talk to Minerva.
Can I help you with
We
that?
should just walk over and just check her feet.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go. Look
As
around.
we're like saying this out loud, everybody's like rubbing their feet against the walls and shit.
Is anyone doing that?
Rubbing it on the deck.
The orc.
The orc? Seriously?
That's doing
Of all people, the dude we like the most?
I want to run with him after.
And with feet that are twice as large as the footprint that you found.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for real.
He doesn't
Um,
know that.
Who has small feet here, though?
Dwarf. One who found the body.
Minerva.
Do the human have small feet?
Yes,
It
they
does-
do.
Wait.
Look.
Wait. The dwarven lady found the body, turned, and walked towards the closet where the girl was. That explains the footprints, does it not?
Well, then let's check our shoes.
How did we not miss that before?
I
How
don't know
did
what you're
we
talking
miss that
about.
Before?
I may have something.
I wasn't there.
Yes,
The
no.
door appeared to be forced open, but it wasn't locked.
So they bopped the lock and then unlocked it on the way back out.
Or they made it appear they were already in the room, and when they left,
So my
They
theory
did
for
the
that
damage.
is that Joxys went in to steal
That's what I think too. He took the opportunity.
before, most likely before the mother. That's my theory
maybe
that
he
I'm
got-
working with.
Maybe he got caught.
Yeah, because the necklace was missing, and then she blamed the half-orc.
That's true.
Sure. So maybe he was on his knees, searching for gold,
Maybe.
turned, cut.
Maybe she had
And
the
then he
best of him,
Picked up a kid from
and then he
knees
just
and
happened to
threw her
pull
into
something
there.
quick.
No,
Maybe
no.
the kid was sleeping.
Mooney's right though. She blamed the half-orc for the theft of her necklace. So she had to have been alive after discovering it was gone.
Yeah. So
What if
the-
somebody told her that the half-orc did it?
the thieving is all I can think of, but the burglary must have happened before.
The burglary must have happened before.
If she was blaming it on him.
Perhaps her and the daughter quarreled over the missing coins and jewels.
When
I
did the
smell
halfling give him
Genesis.
Perhaps
that?
that's
all
how
over
she
this
found
mess.
out
That she was being
that
extorted?
she was being extorted.
Perhaps. These are all questions for this little girl, but let us talk to this dwarf first.
Minerva, may we speak with you for a moment?
Oh, laddie, I'll be happy to speak with you. What is it that I could do to answer the questions?
Well,
Honestly, I'm surprised you didn't come to me first, considering that I was the first eyewitness of such a crime.
yes, well, you know,
Giving you plenty of time to think about your alibi.
yeah,
Don't question our methods.
there's a lot going on here. For starters, can we take a look at the bottom of your boots? We have a theory about who may have stepped in the blood, and we think it was possibly you or another.
Certainly. She shows you the bottom of her boots. There is no blood there.
Alright. Do they look like recently cleaned?
Same size, maybe?
They look close, but they don't necessarily look
Does it look like somebody made him dirty all of a sudden?
So,
What?
yeah.
Are there streaks?
You want to do an investigation check?
I do. Are there streaks near where she was sitting?
Go and investigate.
I would love
Or
to.
perception check. You decide.
Mooney, perhaps your nose can
I
help
would
me.
like to make
Yeah.
a perception
Would you
check.
Your tongue, of course.
Yes, of course. You hold my leash.
Yeah, you don't have a leash. Get out of here. Your own
Ties a rope
free
around his
lizard.
neck. Nakma wants to do a what now?
Perception
20 perception
Yeah.
on
what heard the boots and seeing if there was purposely cleaned.
the dwarven boots are larger.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
19.
Nice.
Push on if you can push hard on the toe, see where the toe is. If it's oversized, possibly.
Oh, interesting.
That's a funny thing you're doing there, bull person.
I won't say nothing. I'll just keep doing
Are
it.
you
Stepping on people's feet.
one of the creatures that I've heard about from the south? The Minotaur, is it?
What have you heard? Keep doing it. Just keep checking the boot.
I've heard that you're awe-inspiring sea ravers who stalk the seas and pirate and take what they want.
Pirates get hung from the mass.
What, the ones that steal from you then?
Nobody steals from me.
Very well. I'm only inquiring. I've only heard legend and rumor as to your people from the far south. Tell me again, why are you pressing on my toes?
Well,
I'm done.
we're testing a variety of theories. This is out of our wheelhouse
Pick
just
it up.
a little bit.
Pick it up like a hoof, you know, like check the bottom. Looks good.
The boot
not
is slightly larger.
Yes,
Perhaps you can tell me
it's not it.
what you
What
see.
brand?
Octavio's.
Yeah.
Good boots.
What's that?
Air Octavius.
I asked her if she can relate to me what she's seen, what led up to the events of her finding Madeline Albright.
It's like Adidas.
Right.
I had grown to appreciate Mother Albright's company the prior day. I had even begun to call her by her moniker, she claimed that they call her Mother Madeline, from the lands that she had come from. And so I sought to enjoy a quiet meal down here in the hold with her, get to know the family a bit more. She had been inquiring as to looking for coin in order to help find someone who can perform the healing necessary for her daughter. As I come to the door and I knocked, there was no answer until I heard a whimpering coming from the supply closet to the side there. I go to the supply closet and I go to open it and see that it's locked up high on a latch. I unlatch the supply closet and open it up, and there on the inside is the girl. I see her, and I say to her, "Dearie, what is wrong? Why are you in the closet?" And then she mumbles something. I can't understand what, but she mumbles and points to down the hall to the door. I go to open the door. It is unlocked, and I step inside, and that is when I see her poor mother, Madeline, lying there in a puddle of her own blood. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a healer. I don't know much about this, but I could tell from the look of it the way that the blood congealed, I know that it couldn't have happened in the last minute. I have no idea how long the woman had been there, or how long the girl, the poor lass, had been inside of that supply closet. But there was no one else around.
I wander off. I'm going to investigate the closet to see if there's a way that somehow Jimmy or I get to lock from the inside. But go ahead.
Yeah. My God, that's interesting, and you give me an idea. So, you were supposed to meet with her, or was it a by the chance visit?
I thought to surprise the family with a visit.
And in your time that you spent with the family before, how did you find the daughter? Is she quiet? Does she speak? Do her and her mother quarrel?
Always a quiet lass, hardly said a word, probably due to the condition that she's in. She can't even walk without the crutches.
Truly. Okay. All right. Nothing ever struck you as strange or odd about Mother Madeline?
No, I could tell she was a kind soul. The world is a darker place without her in it.
I leave you to your faith in her. Unless you can think of anything else that I should be asking her, Mooney and Akmon.
I'm not here. I'm standing still by the table, looking over all the clues and evidence of Nakmon, and just like, vampires!
We're all at the table, but okay.
We need garlic!
I will walk back in and do you know if she saw the footprints?
Minerva, as Serrano says, did you see the footprint?
I did not notice a footprint. Upon seeing the woman's body there, I rushed immediately to find one of the crew in order to alert the captain that there was a murder aboard. As soon as I found the crew member, I rushed back to the gill, seeking to help comfort her in her darkest hour.
So you left the girl alone for just a moment.
Only but a moment.
She walked in and saw her mother and walked away.
Something's not connecting.
That's the footprint.
Was it there
But she
earlier?
didn't say she did.
Yeah, she's
Was that
Something-
footprint we found in
Freaked
there
out.
earlier when you first saw it?
I didn't notice the
Wait a
footprint.
sec. Did you see crutches in there with her? Because she just said she can't walk without them.
Yeah, it's a grift.
Yeah. How would
That's what I'm
she
trying to
run
say.
over there with crutches so fast, man?
The girl?
She pulled
Yeah.
the move
It's
with
just right outside the hall. Like literally walk out 2 steps into her room, see her mother, turn around, walk
Were
back.
there crutches in the storage room
In the storage room?
with her?
You want to do a check?
Yeah.
I mean,
Didn't you go
I
look?
am investigating the storage
he
room
did
to
go back
see
in
if
and
there's
check
a
it out.
way.
Give me a check on the storage room. That is correct. As you were here, you were looking.
23.
You really don't need to. I don't know why I asked you to do a check to see if there are crutches.
23.
You poke your head in and look left and right. You do not see any crutches in the storage room.
She got thrown in.
Did the
there.
girl
Like
go
she
down to
said
the
she
captain's
did.
room
So-
with her crutches?
But a 23 on your investigation check.
Oh, yeah.
I'm looking to see specifically if
The
there was a
lock?
way to lock it.
The lock
Even
on
a
the
tricky way with a rope or with string or some way to run and lock it from the inside.
the lock on the outside is like a sliding latch lock.
Mhm.
You lift up, slide over, lift down.
So no way.
The craftiest of rogues might know a way, but this
Mhm.
isn't something that
Some
you
sort
would
of
know.
loop lock
Is there a
that
fake door in there?
can get tugged loose and pulled
The
free
fake
and-
door. With your investigation
I
check
will
of
look,
23, with your investigation check of 23, the storage room is secure. Nothing in
we
here
looked for
suggests.
bloody clothing. Oh my god.
Minerva, one last question or so that I did think of. Since you were with Mother Madeline the night before her murder, you must know how distraught she was over her missing family necklace. Did she tell you anything about that?
She didn't mention much, no. I had heard something of a necklace. She said that it was just a bauble, something passed down from her mother. When I asked about it, although she didn't really give any details.
She quarreled
Did
quite
she?
strongly with Morok over it.
That filthy orc. As far as I'm concerned, this is pretty much a solved case then. I had heard that he had made a death threat. I say we toss the lout over now. Leave his fate to his own.
Wait, who's saying this?
Justice will be served
Minerva.
to the one who is guilty, I am sure.
And not a moment too soon when it finally does. I booked passage hoping for a safe passage to a far-off land. I think I want the discount from the captain.
You know, some of the other passengers were mentioning the same thing. Something about a petition.
If only we had more sailors on board, we could mutiny and take the ship for ourselves.
Oh Lord.
You don't want to say that word out loud.
No, I am frustrated, and I would never do something so reckless or foolish as to try to take the vessel.
Or trust someone who could possibly be.
I am just frustrated and upset as of everyone else here.
Yes. Well, I don't think I can think of any other. Oh, yeah. You don't know about idea. Insight check? Is that true?
Yep. Insight check.
I think it would be kind of interesting to watch him get scrubbed across the bottom of the hole for mutiny.
You got this, man. Natural 20.
What is
What is that? What?
So, it went from a 2 to like a unbalanced 2 to a 1.
You believe it.
Wow.
You totally believe
Yeah, man.
Okay. Well, I think that we should.
You know what? That orc did seem a little fishy.
She convinces you.
This is bad. This is bad.
I do have one more theory to throw around before we go into Root the Child.
Okay. What is it?
Gentlemen, come join me in the back.
Thank you. I have something
Wait.
to say in private myself.
Can you guys do that? Because like I'm afraid one of these guys will run off and then go hide some evidence or something.
Well, Nakma was guarding the exit.
Keep an eye out. But come closer. Closer.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding.
I'm coming.
Okay, guys. We're going to the
I'm
next.
watching all of you.
We want to go to where no one can hear us.
We're going to the
And we're
next
talking
stronghold
lightly.
of Genesis, correct?
Yeah.
And from what I understand, Genesis is known for taking gifted children and corrupting them
Yes.
or using their powers.
Yeah.
Yes.
This child's obviously sick.
No.
No.
Misguided. This child has been poisoned over many, many years. Perhaps, perhaps she has done that on purpose to suppress some sort of powers that the child has been shown.
How well do you know your medicinal theory? Perhaps Thori would be willing to take a look at the child when we go to...
What's of the poisoning? I mean, we have the poison book, and I know poison
Yes.
fairly well, but
you
the
know poison's fairly
medicine
well.
is not my thing.
How powerful can she be? She's using crutches to get around. She
It
couldn't
just
even walk up to the
seems-
captain's room.
This is the poisons. We
It's an
have
art.
no idea what she is like without poison.
Mm.
She seems to be poisoned all the time.
Which means that healing her could be dangerous.
That's what I'm thinking. If
You
this
think she's-
child is somehow have sorceress origin or powers, she could be dangerous.
So she's a mutant.
We don't know.
You know-
Sorcery powers.
I
can-
agree with everything you guys are saying, but something deep inside my gut tells me it's Strider.
You think Strider's
I
behind
just
this?
something in me. I just feel it in my bones that Strider's behind this.
I'll tell you one thing.
He's a little dismissive on answering some of the questions were vague. He comes in, he's sweating.
Yeah,
He can't.
you're right. You're right.
He,
And he is
has an
protecting
alibi
his-
with a wanted criminal.
He's protecting his friend that we did not know was even on
He's
the boat.
said things in the past to us.
He explained his nervousness as us
I don't know. It just
following
seems
the
too-
evidence to his friend.
Yeah, but who was
it's
blaming
too
everybody
obvious
else?
to me.
Who was blaming everyone else?
You're right.
Yeah.
It,
I
it's-
have been blind and
The
did not
blacksmith,
even
I
consider.
feel it's Strider. I hope
Maybe
I'm
we're
wrong
inside
for
check
Taz,
Mm.
but
Well,
I've known Strider for a long time. He is very complicated, but there's no doubt in my mind that if he had motive to do so, he would.
maybe he does have motive.
what
Well,
would
we
that
know he
be?
does.
What's his drive? Our
She
drive
was
is
being
Genesis.
extorted.
What's his drive?
His friend was being extorted by this lady.
I mean, I get
that's
possibly
motive.
having a wanted lover happens, but I get that. But
Yeah,
at
but
the same
at
time,
that point he would just end up having to kill everybody if it
So?
got this bad.
maybe
Correct.
not.
So he has motive.
You look over, Strider's like
She
stroking a
poisons
dagger
people
with
for a
poison.
living.
So he has. Let's run the list. He has motive.
She poisons.
He had
people for a
opportunity.
living.
I don't think it was Strider.
I'll tell you right now, if it was Strider, I don't fucking care.
Well, you just want to let it go.
I don't care. She's an evil woman. If Strider felt the need
Yeah,
for
I
her
honestly
to be
don't
taken
feel
out of
bad
this
for this
world,
lady dying.
then I trust him.
Okay. So trick Strider into thinking that we have determined it was a good thing, and then get him to admit it.
I can try.
Okay. Let's talk to the girl first, but that's my gut is telling me
You're wise. We should.
Wait.
You're right.
it's just something.
Whoa. Sorry.
Go.
No, I'm sorry now.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
Go
let's.
ahead, Drake.
I agree. We should talk to the girl before we confront
Does
Strider.
Strider have a certain smell?
No, that's not what I'm talking about.
Like an elf.
I'm
Uh,
asking. Just real quick, sidebar.
No, I don't know. I don't know.
You don't know?
Yeah, like old wine.
He does.
Wine smell.
Perhaps the girl's memory will remember his smell if it was dark in the room.
My point was this.
Yes,
Possibly.
by all means.
We've got a halfling who's got a really buff right arm.
True.
Because she's a blacksmith. We never inside checked her. We kind of just believed her story because it was so...
And she's the one who gave up the 300 gold pieces. If she found out that Mother Madeline was a shyster, she may be quite angry.
Ask for the money back. Madeline doesn't have the money because it was stolen.
Yeah, she wanted the cleric to go see
Literally
her.
doesn't have the money
But
back.
Literally doesn't
The
have the money
dwarf
to give it
tried,
back.
and she said, no, I don't want your help. There's no
Well-
way. The dwarf was all offended because she thought that she was a racist.
I
She
can-
hated dwarves.
I
But the
can
real fact
speak
was
with her
because
again.
he would have found out immediately that she's not sick.
I couldn't get a beat on her, Mooney. I tried. I spoke with her. I'm not just. I'm having a hard time discerning the truth of these matters.
It seemed like she wasn't on the up and up.
Something did seem off. She was the only one who blamed the Dragonborn out
She
of
was-
everyone.
Far
Yes.
too nice.
And she was quite nice.
She said that she saw him get the dagger.
anything that she could do to
Place
help.
blame.
Yes.
And she's the right height. And I look at her feet.
She's sitting there like
Both
leaning
feet
back,
up, right?
her feet up, and like her boots are definitely the right size.
Perhaps as a show of control of the situation, we should send those who we think are definitely innocent of this crime out of the room.
All right.
Oh
But
wow.
what if they're helpers?
I love it. I love it. I love it. All right. So let's start. Let us get the Rosher out of here.
Yes.
And Morak.
Rosha.
I don't. Yes. Go
Wait.
Morak. Morok.
Wait, don't do that yet. Let's pretend we executed him first, and then we'll go one by one.
What on earth? Execute?
I get what you're saying, Mooney, but you remember how all of this started off for us, right?
Well, we'll put pressure on the one that is left at the end, and we'll just have everybody else screaming on the way out.
Let's save those scare
Yeah,
tactics
no.
for later.
Well, we can help them. We'll have each one of them scream, and it's like, oh God, why'd you have to kill me this way?
I
They're
think I
tying my
did that.
intestines
I
around
did
the
a
outside.
skit like that when I was a kid at summer camp.
Yes, and we'll keep bringing in more and more
Sounds
people,
very
and they'll just be like,
entertaining.
oh God, it's so horrible. I can't believe it.
My legs are
Oh, if he's killing us innocent people, I can't wait to see how horrible it's going to be for the person who actually did it. Oh!
Okay, Mooney, you've made your point, but I don't think we're going to be doing that.
You have a love for theater,
The
don't
Drake
you?
is very theatrical.
I'm telling you guys, like,
You will constantly surprise me.
He does. It's great.
Rosha, free ward.
Keep Jacques.
Joxys will stay.
Thory, I don't trust him.
You don't trust Thory?
His accent.
Thory's.
It's too strong.
We should
too
send
strong.
Thory can go.
Okay.
Ori.
Sorry.
So yeah, so we keep Ellen. We
Ellen.
keep Jacques.
Joxys. We should keep.
Minerva.
We need to keep Joxy's halfling friend.
Baldo.
Baldo.
Yeah,
Baldo.
Balto.
Yes. Minerva.
Baldo.
Minerva can go. We've questioned her.
Minerva's okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. We gather those
I
up.
feel like there's an elf we haven't talked to.
There's
Sage.
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 There you go.
Yeah,
Right?
that's Strider's girl, right?
No.
No.
Yes,
No.
No.
Caradwyn is.
Oh, that Sage is what she's
going
by?
as.
What?
Yep.
I thought her name was Caradwyn.
No. It is
Caradwyn.
Caradwyn.
Yeah.
Sage, Dawn Blossom, and Alvin are two people you haven't talked to. You talked to them on the first day on the
first
boat,
We didn't talk to him.
and
They were adventurers, is what I remember.
We didn't talk to them yet?
no.
God damn it, Jesse. Why'd you make so many goddamn people?
And who was the
Oh.
sage blossom and who?
Sage,
Dawn Blossom and
Dawn.
Alvin Fairhair have
Alvin
been sitting in the back the
Fairhair.
entire time.
They look like sweating.
All right. Well, let's shuffle the rest of these people out,
Okay.
and
Yeah, no, you're
we'll
right.
call up Sage.
Don't leave town as we kick them out of the door.
As Minerva gets up to leave because you're done talking to her, she leans in real close to Nakmo and she says, "Between you and me, I thought it was a bit strange because I did see that elf that you were speaking of. He's been very clingy with that other one. And she's got an odd look to her. Something quite familiar about that one that I can't quite place my finger on. As if I've seen her face somewhere before."
Really?
Indeed.
If it comes to you, let me know, won't you?
Yeah.
Make it worth your while.
I'm not going to point fingers right away.
At least
But
not
she
literal.
certainly looks a lot like someone that I saw on a wanted poster. Somebody wanted for murder.
For murder.
And I wouldn't put it past her to use her womanly charms on another to get the job done, if you know what I mean.
Oh man, like somebody's doing right now.
I totally know what you mean.
This is the most
Good
suspicious
evening.
bunch of ship passengers. They're like, yeah, that's that orc though. He's shifty looking. that elf over there, Black Widow.
The Dragonborn's a little dodgy.
Well,
That
guess what happens when you've got a room full of people who are suspected of murder?
Hell yeah.
They all
For
start
one
pointing
reason or another.
fingers.
I'm gonna call up Sage first.
Sage Dawn Blossom comes up and addresses you.
Sorry.
Human,
Elf. Greetings.
half elf.
Half elf.
Which half? The better one?
Yes.
I just figured we'd continue our friendly banter from the other day.
Oh.
Since how we got along so great
Right.
above decks, I figured now that we're below decks investigating a murder together, which we surely are.
This is a
We
fantastic
would get
time
along
for you
much
to
better.
offer your apology.
And so you shall have it. I apologize for my behavior above board. Above the ship, I mean.
And you are forgiven. Thank you.
You know why we're here. Someone has been murdered. There are many people aboard the ship, and one of them did it. Where were you the night of the murder?
You mean today?
The day of the murder.
Yes.
The day of the murder.
I was keeping to myself, mostly in my room. I have been looking about for something that is missing. I seem to have misplaced my spell book.
Your spell book?
Yes.
Of all things?
It's rightfully embarrassing.
Do you believe that you misplaced it, or do you believe it was stolen?
I can't imagine somebody would steal such a thing. There are no other wizards on this ship. Nobody who would have a real purpose for it. Not only that, I am but a fledgling wizard myself. An apprentice, at best. I've only mastered the most basic of first level spells. And I wouldn't even say I've mastered them. Truth be told, my magic missile goes awry.
Goes awry.
Can
Isn't
you
that...
imagine a wizard who can't hit a target with a magic missile?
I truly cannot.
It's terrible and rightfully embarrassing.
So
but
you were searching for your spell book that night?
all day, yes. I've been searching
day.
for my spellbook all day until I was called down in here. I've retraced my steps what feels like half a dozen times. I've checked my room, I've been up board, I've been everywhere. The last time that I remember it was right after I spoke with you. You gave me an odd vibe, and rightfully I checked all my pockets, and I had all of my belongings.
Are you accusing you?
No, I am saying that you were not a suspect. I believed you might have pilfered something because you came off as a bit hateful,
Oh,
and
oh.
you know what? It hurt, and I don't think you understand that. Though a person has been murdered, and this isn't about me, bygones be bygones. You have said Here I go droning on again. Sage, you're like this all the time. I apologize. This isn't about me. Once again, I was looking for my spellbook.
So it was then that you realized you had it on your person when you searched.
Last I
yourself.
spoke with you.
Last you spoke with me.
I
And then-
checked all of my belongings, and that was the last time I remember having it. No, that's not true. I was performing minor cantrips for the young girl whose mother was murdered. That is the last time that I had it.
Wait, you need a.
Where
you need
at?
Both the cantrips.
No, I'm an apprentice wizard.
It could be his focus.
I didn't know.
Where at?
It was on the first deck.
In the
This
first
was
deck.
it was just as that one dragon creature attacked the ship. I was below deck, and I was showing them a couple of minor illusions and cantrips to entertain the child. That is when I had it last.
During the attack or just prior?
I must have dropped it when the ship rocked. You're right. I should go looking for that once this business is done with.
Interesting.
Hmm.
Huh. Seeing as that you have no alibi
I'm
for
afraid
the
I do
time of
not.
the murder, I must unfortunately ask you to remain with those seated here for the time being until we can sort this mess out.
Well, I know that I am innocent, and I have no fear that I will walk away a free half-elf at the end of this.
And I hope for that as well. In the meantime, may you ask your friend to come over, please?
Alvin! Alvin! The bigoted man wishes to speak with you.
I thought we made our peace, Sage.
Sorry, that's just how he knows you.
Ah,
Alvin! Alvin Fair comes over and is like, "Good afternoon. How might I be of an assistance to this fine investigation?"
How big are their feet?
Yes.
I would like to glance down at
Big.
their feet.
Big feet.
I step on one of them.
Oh!
Sorry, I've got really big lizard folk fate, and I'm so clumsy.
And a bit daft, too, it would seem.
Daft.
He truly is a bit clumsy.
Did I hit
and
both their toes, like on both of them?
Both their feet.
He takes a couple of steps away from you.
Oh, sorry. I walk away.
I would appreciate it if you could keep that one away from me.
Did it feel like toes?
Yeah, they're toes.
Good. The Krusty the Clown situation here.
He does as he wishes, I'm afraid. He is no creature.
I
That's
walk
for
off.
sure. But a trusted friend, much like I'm sure Sage is to you, no doubt, right?
Oh, yes, Sage, fantastic friend. They and I have been through a lot together.
Mm-hmm. A fledgling wizard, I hear.
Oh, he's doing his best. I mean,
Practicing.
we've only done the most basic of adventures. I mean, like, we got caught up with this guild that hired somebody to deal with giant rats in their cellar of a bakery. Fetched us a fine gold piece for that one.
I bet.
Indeed.
I bet. That may be what he used to purchase his first spellbook.
Well, I don't possibly. No. Sage was already working on it then. Managed to deal with the creatures with a firebolt. First time he's ever gotten it to work. Heat of the moment, just fire right there. That was fantastic. We're gonna be famous one day. Just you wait. Alvin and Sage, Sage and Alvin. Alvin and Sage forever. It's going to be Alvin and Sage forever and ever. Alvin and Sage and Alvin. You hear that, Sage? It's Sage and Alvin to the end of time. Sage and Alvin. Sage and Alvin do Dallas. Sage and Alvin rescue the princess and Sage and Alvin. It's gonna be great.
Why'd you kill that lady?
What lady?
Yes.
The rat?
No.
What?
On the ship.
No. Oh, Mother Madeline.
Mother Madeline.
No.
Yeah.
Never even met the woman.
Is there another?
You never even met her?
I
What
never
about
even met her.
daughter?
I don't even know what that woman looks like.
What about her daughter? Sage seemed
Oh, Sage.
attached.
Sage took a liking to the child. Yes, indeed. The child was up on below the deck, first floor of the cabins, performing magical tricks. I didn't even stop to speak with him.
He said never even met her. Is that true?
Yeah,
Why bother?
is. Hey, can I check?
But I'm gonna keep doing it. 'cause
If
it's
you're
funny.
here, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm definitely here. I stepped on those feet.
Oh.
That's funny.
6.
How about you, Nakma? You're here.
9.
I know, why not?
Yeah, we
I got a
need to
10.
know.
What is this?
That's a 16. That's much better.
What am I rolling?
Insight.
Insight, so wisdom.
19.
Never met her.
Okay.
Does the story check out?
If you say so.
Okay.
Sounds good.
So where were you that night? What can you tell me about, or that day? What can you tell me about what you've seen? There's a lot of things happening.
Nothing.
Where were you?
Above deck.
Above deck, doing what?
Watching the crew, enjoying the air.
Yeah.
Feeling the salty hair through... salty
Salty hair.
air through my hair.
Yeah, okay.
Not my salty hair through the air. I mean, that I bathe.
That's a
I
lot
do. I
of salt.
promise. Look, smell
A lot
me.
of salt.
Smell me. Come
I'd
on.
rather not. No.
Come on. Hey,
But-
you. Come on.
Watch the salt.
Never mind.
Hold on.
The tongue. Oh no.
I
Lavender.
think this one's a lost cause. We can cut it loose.
He smells of lavender?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cyrano, do you have any questions for this man?
Is he holding any weapons?
Holding any? No. You see that he does have a belt that has an empty.
Curious.
It's called It's called a. It's called a frog. Is actually what the thing is that attaches to a sword scabbard.
Okay.
But there is no sword scabbard,
No
nor is
sword.
there a sword in it at the moment.
Oh, like
Okay.
it grabs the.
Yeah, it's
It's
the
so
leather
cool,
bits
yeah.
that wrap around the scabbard and hold it
Yeah.
in place. It's called a
It
frog.
just slides in the. Yeah.
It is clear
I didn't know that.
that our friend here carries a sword on
I
a
might,
regular
I
basis.
might be
but
wrong.
he
I
does
have to
not
fact
have
check
it with him
myself now.
Nor was
Sounds
the
like a good
sword the
idea.
weapon
I
used.
never knew it, and I'll buy it.
It could have been.
I believe it was a dagger.
It's
that
kind
we
of cute.
seen.
I mean, I could see that being a
It's
thing.
just a slash.
Well, you got a
Well,
cod
when we
piece.
used our
you got a
magical
frog.
device,
It
we've
makes
seen a
sense.
wavy
Oh, I
bladed
do
dagger.
not trust that stupid thing.
No?
Why do I've never even seen it before. What is it? You've never even told me about that thing.
It's
Yeah.
a magical device that we have. It can
Check it
show
out.
you
Okay.
certain
Yeah,
events.
yeah.
Yeah, sword frog. I was right. I had a second guess myself. Sorry.
So, I
That makes Chrono Trigger make a lot more sense.
before he, Alvin is a male, correct?
Male human.
Yes. Before
Both of them
Alvin
are male.
is fully absorbed, I wish to see his weapon.
Very well. Alvin?
Somebody like to escort him back to his cabin and check the weapon for blood? I'll do it.
I'll go.
Very well. To my cabin.
And then you are free to go.
He leads you up to the first deck of cabins, or the first floor of cabins of the passenger ship, and into his room. He lifts
I'm
up
gonna
his
be a little cautious.
he lifts
you
up
know,
his mattress,
he's a
and from
suspect.
underneath the two mattresses he has on his bed, he paid for the nice luxury cabin.
As he reaches for it, I just grip tight on the.
He pulls
The
out
handle.
a scabbard and a sword. The sword itself looks to be made out of really nice crafted metal on the crossguard. The handle is wrapped chain, and there is a massive ruby that you can see through set in a pommel that is blood red. He takes the sword and
That's enough. Close it up.
Kind of see the whole blade.
I was gonna bring it back to you
Once
guys.
he pulls it out, it must taste
They're
blood.
clean. Just shiny. It's all nice and shiny.
wait, is that a thing? No, I was eating steak.
Right.
There we go. Whoops. Okay. He
Nice
wipes,
and rare.
wipes
steak
stuff on
sauce.
They
his
gave you steak? I have beads of nourishment.
rats.
Or anyway.
Well, I paid for luxury.
So it's good.
How much did you pay for your luxury seat? I mean, I'm sorry, I'm not there. You guys are. I'm just gonna shut up here real quick.
So it's good.
Yeah, it's clean. In fact, it looks like it's never been used.
Okay.
Oh, jeez.
Wow.
I hope it's
Alvin the
first.
It's an
adventurer.
ornamental piece, huh? You can put it back.
First level adventure with a cursed sword. That would be great.
Oh my god.
Tell him to put
yes.
it back.
Just
Let's go.
found it, right?
Yeah. Bought it from a guy back in city, sold it real low, said he's got to move his merchandise, no questions asked.
Right. It's a pretty sword you got there.
Okay.
Let's go.
I need to go talk to Strider. He's still down here, right?
Yeah, still over there, next to the other elf by the name of Caradwin.
All right, are you guys gonna actually do good cop, bad cop this time, please?
Real quick, is my familiar within 100 feet of me or no?
Sure.
Okay, good to know.
Bad cop.
I think you're bad cop.
So I'm gonna walk up to Strider
Me?
with
Yeah.
like,
Oh, I'm a bad cop.
I'm gonna like, I'm shooting for a performance. Like I'm walking up there like with the look of like, man, I really want to help you, but you gotta help yourself, you know. And,
Performance check.
Come on, Dan.
Now is the time.
Don't
Do
you
we
dare
have
roll
any
a one.
inspirations to give him?
So that's a good one.
Yeah, the only way.
job.
The only way.
The first two were so bad.
Yeah, they were a 2 and a 1 or a 2 and a 3 or something.
Needed that.
Yeah, so
My faith in randomness is restored.
walk up
Right?
and I'm like, Strider,
We love random.
it is
Yeah.
not looking good for you, my friend.
Yes.
Nor the one you have under your protection, your ward. You have to tell me more. There has to be something else that is going on here because right now, all signs point to her.
It was New York, wasn't it?
Mm.
What?
I've always had a bad relationship with orcs. Orcs and elves.
I know they don't
Look,
go
you have
together
to
very
to
well.
believe me when I tell you that the only reason that orc said whatever he said is because it's in his nature. They're fueled with hatred.
It has nothing to do with the orcs, Strider. It has to do with the nature of your friend's profession, shall we say,
What?
and the fact that the child was being manipulated with poisons.
What does Cyrano say? No doubt Cyrano is on my side. From one, he would ally with an alchemist such as her. No doubt. They must be in a guild or something together, right?
Perhaps you can tell me why she's wanted then. Why is she under your protection?
I have feelings for her.
Okay, what has she done to earn this status of being wanted?
She couldn't have done it. She couldn't have murdered that woman because I was with her.
I know,
And
that's what you say.
This entire ship and that orc, no doubt, only wish to see elves such as myself and her thrown overboard.
Forget about the orc.
How can I forget about that orc?
The orc is honestly not that bad, much like you. Which I
What?
keep having to convince people the orc's not that bad, you're not that bad. To be perfectly honest with you, I'm about to just let you two tear each other's throats out.
I think you guys would be friends, honestly.
It'd be a quick fight.
I know. Have you seen how big that orc is, Strider? You fell out of a goddamn chariot.
For real.
Yes!
He's right.
Inspiration.
Damn inspiration. That was good.
Nice one, Dan.
Cherry was moving too
As if I
fast.
could forget.
Look,
You won't let me forget.
look. All I know is you've been acting pretty strangely, and it can't just be related to you being worried that this woman is going to be blamed for this murder. Because honestly, by all accounts, Mother Madeline was no saint. Do you have anything to do with this?
No. I was in her quarters. We were in that room. We have been all day. I had nothing to do with this, nor did she. I don't know who killed that human woman in there, but it was not by our hands.
I lean in. I don't know if this chick's if
Oh,
this elf is listening or not.
she's really like, they're almost hand in hand.
Okay.
I lean in and like barely above a whisper, I'm like, does she have anything to do with Genesis?
No. I don't think. They exchange like confused glances at one another.
I think he's lying.
Is he lying? Here we go. Let's get that 1 or that 3.
I think he
It's
is.
a 9. This makes it a 10. Oh, nice. Rolled lower than me for once. Yeah, that makes my insight a 10. 11.
I think he's lying too. And I got a 4.
Thanks, Dan.
How could we?
I mean, we know him pretty well at this
Yes, I
point.
don't.
Yeah, right.
I want to
Doubtful.
trust him. I'll be
That's
honest.
doubtful.
All right, it's up in the air. 10 is like way too ambiguous. So, I don't know, Strider. This just has my nerves on edge. I think the best thing for you and your friend to do right now is to go and shut yourselves away in your cabin until we can find out what happens next. But I don't want to see you out here wandering around. Not
Have
until
I
we
been
can find out
wandering
what
around?
happened.
I don't know you very well, and maybe we haven't necessarily been the best of friends between what happened with you and my cousin Kale fell and all that. And I was not necessarily hospitable when I was escorting you through the cold wastes waiting for your friends out there.
You never
But
even
I
told
don't-
me your name. For months.
I wasn't sure if I liked you yet or not.
And now,
I still don't know.
I can tell you that I have been doing my best to make sure that you are not unjustly judged.
If I wanted to leave you for dead for Genesis, I wouldn't have been there with the chariots.
You're right. You're right. You're right about that.
I helped save you, and you did a lot more than help save me upon that forsaken volcano.
Yeah, we couldn't let you die, man.
Why, so you could come back later and throw accusations?
Yeah, dude. Like, who else would we blame if
Hey.
we weren't here?
Look at the whole.
Like I
You
said,
know what I mean?
it's a tense situation, and even you clearly, you knew that your friend was to be suspected. The evidence is all there, but
I know she's to be suspected. I know that she's wanted for murder,
Yes.
for poisoning.
well,
And I know, whether you know it or not, if you've uncovered it, I know that my friend, Serdwin, has bottles of poison in that room.
was someone trying to extort her on the ship?
Mother Madeline was.
What did she say?
She threatened to reveal who she was if she didn't provide the poison that she demanded.
She demanded more poison.
She
Right.
demanded poisons from Serdwin.
Did she tell me what she was using it for?
I don't know the names of the poisons. They're alchemical based.
Said, your friend does. Have her tell us.
Up until this time, who has been completely silent, the sun elf Serdwin. I had provided some poisons to Mother Madeline. Although, at what cost? She demanded more. She wanted much more. She wanted more upon the arrival when we finally get to the aristocracy. She wanted more upon this and that. Her demands were becoming overbearing, and I know that that puts me in a tight and difficult spot where I have a motive to silence somebody who wishes to extort me for everything that I am worth. But, well, I am an alchemist, and cutting and slashing throats with a dagger, that is not my way.
What poisons did you provide Mother Madeline with?
I sold her a few different kinds. Eye of poppy, milk of hensbane, as well as Agrippita dominitis. Very powerful but potent poison. I have no idea what she wanted them for. None of them are... They're all lethal in the right doses, but none of them are typical for murdering. Typically the death by these poisons are long and drawn out. They're used in other alchemical formula for other such things. They actually have made very potent tinctures and healing from them. Usually used to treat things such as chest pains, untypical heart palpitations, and pain in the body by creating numbness.
Pain in the body by creating numbness?
Yes. In small doses, they can be used as medicines. But most people outside of being an alchemist will have no need of them.
I see. And how long have you been traveling aboard the ship with Mother Madeline? Did you only dock with her at Dragonstone, or were you with them previous?
We all docked at Dragonstone.
Okay.
I had never met the woman before, but she approached me with that wanted poster and threatened to oust me in front of the entire ship. The bounty on my head.
How fortuitous for her to find that wanted poster.
Did she know the ingredients that she wanted?
She
Like-
just said,
No. The girl, the woman, she knew what she wanted, right? Like she knew what these ingredients
Mother
were. what they
Madeline
did.
asked for the potions specifically.
oh, okay. So it's something that she knew.
So
Is it
Mother
possible
Madeline's-
to make a potion to persuade people to do things?
Such a potion is possible. If you don't believe me, I recognize an alchemist when I see one. Speak with your human friend.
I thought you were gonna say.
I was
Straight-
kind of looking
I was-
in his direction.
I was like,
I'm
I was
not-
kind of
I'm
thinking
not
you were gonna
around.
say.
Oh, you're
I
not
thought
here.
he walked off.
Faye has already
You-
told me everything about
Yeah,
your
what?
companion.
Okay.
Faye?
It's nothing.
Faye.
It's another name.
Another
They,
name.
yes.
Don't worry about it.
The girl said they.
Sorry. Just,
I thought I heard Faye.
You did.
Faye?
What about it?
My true name is Faestrelian Sylvanar.
Yeah.
Well, can I just play Strider? It's really hard for me to remember names, as it is.
You may call me Strider.
Thank you.
What's a pleasure to finally meet you, my friend.
Likewise.
We are still friends.
The Trina tells her like the Hero King or something.
I suppose we will find out in the next few hours on what my fate is to be, on what fate is to be determined for me.
Take my advice and go find yourselves in your cabin.
I think we'll wait here.
Or you wait here.
I wish to see this played out.
Okay. I'm gonna go back to the crew and talk to them. Are you back from?
Yeah.
So I guess the whole thing now is we gotta talk to the kid, right?
Yep.
That's it.
One last thing we can do.
Well, inform them of everything that we just talked about.
No, we don't tell
We can
anybody
play
anything yet.
hardball with him.
Yeah, there's that too. He's got a lot of information.
And most likely evidence on his body.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, I'm not the bruiser of
Dragonborn?
this group.
Well, boys, if you wish to isolate and search the Dragonborn, he will not do it willingly.
Oh well, I don't care about that.
Jack
What's
says-
infringe upon this guy's rights?
How?
It's not like we're like held up, keep like laws or any kind of like civil
We
system.
are on international waters right now.
How do you want to do this?
We need to, I don't know,
Just
isolate
turn him upside
him.
down
We
and
need
shake
to
him,
be
right?
Yeah.
Somewhere not in public.
Not in public.
We need to take him into a room.
He's
at
not
least.
gonna walk away with us.
Okay. Well, the room closest room nearby
Yeah,
is the
you're
one that
probably
she.
He's not walking away with us.
If
guys.
only we had someone who was good at grappling and moving people.
If only we had somebody who can cast darkness really quickly.
I don't know that I should just begin casting spells. That would really scare everyone down here.
Ah!
In fact, none of you would even be able to see. Only I would.
Yeah, that's a good point. Then you could just Eldritch Blast him and stop.
Yeah. It's not a good plan.
Eldritch Blast!
So we promise him. We promise him that he can keep the gold. We just want to search to find the missing dagger, make sure there's no blood on it. He can keep the gold. We know he stole it.
Okay, so...
We also know the timing of events places him not at the murder. He needs to know that, but we still need to search him.
So we bribe him for the real
Also a
answer?
If I find out-
hunter.
By telling him he can keep the money that he stole.
Okay.
Who is his
Otherwise,
bounty
we tell the
for?
captain and he is tossed off.
Yeah.
All right. So then he better come with us. Otherwise, we'll have to take him by force. He
Oui.
goes into a room. So. All right.
But shackles.
We've all but proven
Burke.
that he is the thief.
He is definitely the thief.
Yes, but not the murderer.
Right.
Okay, so that's how you should play it out. Good luck.
Jarxes.
We approach him.
I think it's time that you came and had a chat with my friends and I. Of your own accord would be preferable, but I can assure you that we're willing to do whatever is necessary in order to be able to have that conversation in private.
And what if I don't comply?
There is always the hard way. You can always take the hard way. You always have a choice. But as you can see, your allies here are few and far between. You've stolen from your own friend. You're alone, my man.
Xerxes, is that true? I borrowed your dagger.
Taking something without asking is cold stealing, where I come from.
Baldo and I have a relationship. I was going to return it once I was done borrowing it.
Well, in the process, you've implicated
could have
yourself
asked.
in a murder.
I didn't kill that trash pile over there.
Maybe that's true, but what we have to say is better said in private, and
What you have to say can be said in front of all of these people.
Okay, just accuse him
All
of
right.
murder.
Who's your bounty on?
What?
What? New evidence!
Nakma?
You weren't
What
listening.
Nakma means is, where
I got it
is
right
the
here.
golden coins?
He is a hunter.
I've been tracking that elf over there. He unrolls a wanted poster.
Are
For
you
murder.
Serious.
How did you know?
You said you were a
I
bad
recognize the Grizzly Shackles stamp. And your prison tat.
Spent a dime in a joint
Yeah.
working the mines of Kelmoira.
Oof. That's a harsh
All
place.
this is very fascinating, but what about the golden coins? And there's something else. Maybe something on your neck?
He pops out a silver medallion type thing that looks to be worth quite a lot of coin. It doesn't necessarily... It has the symbol of a noble household on it. Do a history check.
Okay.
Can I do
Literally anyone else might
Can I
want to
do
do
it?
this
I
too.
mean, he's not even from his country.
Yeah,
He's not even from his land.
go ahead.
It's not bad.
Thank the heavens.
18.
11.
Just at 13.
What do you get?
18.
I got 11.
House Albright.
House Albright.
Oh.
You don't know that. Shush up, you.
Now, is that because is it written on there in like
It's
Yeah.
it's the crest of House Albright.
It's in old
and it's a
English.
really obvious, maybe not well known. Okay, well, so that is his. He has proven it, but we knew he was.
Right.
Look, man.
Yes, we knew that.
How the hell
Unless,
did you
unless
wind
you
up
want to
with that?
get kicked off of this boat, you should really come talk to us before we start.
He throws the amulet on the floor at your feet. Take it.
Damn, you're an asshole.
How did you wind up with it? This is the last time we're gonna ask.
I
Mooney, if he gives
stole
me any
it.
shit, take him.
I stole it yesterday.
From her room, right?
I
And you
broke
killed her?
in. I borrowed the Chris, the dagger, from Baldo. I broke an entry into the cabin. I looked about trying to find something of value. I found a couple of things, nothing really that I wanted,
And you were interrupted
and I
by Miss Albright.
no. They never saw me.
Keep leading. Keep leading.
I left with a sack of coin and a amulet.
Did you know?
Where's the coin?
It's in my room.
Nakma, go get it.
All right. I'll go off.
I suppose
I'll go get
you
the
can give
coin.
it back to that girl. She might need it now that her mother's gone, but I didn't kill her.
We actually don't know if that's actually her mother, right?
What do you think it is?
Kinda. I mean, you're a tracker, right?
I'm a bounty hunter.
All right. I want you to bounty hunt to find her real family. How much does it cost?
10 gold a day.
All right. I've got 10 gold for today.
They're probably not on this ship.
How's he
I
gonna
don't-
find
the
them
dead
all?
woman there? What do you want me to look for?
Listen, I just hired you. I need you to do this.
Very well, 10 gold. I'm on the case, and I'll start looking for her family on this ship.
Thank you.
Not until
Am I free to go?
I'm starting to think he didn't do it.
Well, we know he didn't do it,
Yeah, but
but I thought he might have had some more information about who did do it.
yeah, you see anything
May I
weird
see the
right now?
dagger?
I don't have it.
Where is it at now?
I don't know what happened to it.
What do you mean? You don't know what happened to it.
I'm
Did you lose
afraid
it?
it is possible that I misplaced it after I broke into their room.
Is
do
there
you
a
mean
better
miss?
thief than you?
It's a girl.
Wish I was
Girl
there.
has the dagger.
I know.
There's always a better thief.
Oh man.
Hey, I'd like to peep into my familiar senses.
Can't believe we left him alone.
What's going on?
The captain is snoring heavily,
God.
and the girl is just on the bed with a, like, she looks like she's fallen asleep too, honestly.
Oh, yeah. Super asleep. Heavy.
I would like for my familiar to like, basically like snuggle up to her, but like kind of how a cat does, where it just like climbs over your whole body for a little bit first, and like
Starts
search
purring.
her
Perception
For
search of
night.
the girl?
Purring.
For the
for,
dagger.
for the dagger.
Yeah.
Or even like a vial of poison or anything that just seems out of place for a little kiddo to have.
Any kind of clue.
Where are her crutches? Does she have them right now?
She does
Pretty
not.
good. At
So they're just
17.
gone still.
They're,
They're still
I
in that
believe I
closet.
mentioned that they are in the bedroom.
Okay. But, like, she didn't use them to go walk to
It's
see
a-
her mom, right?
It's a prop
Yeah.
for a...
Plus,
No, but she has a
Griff.
real messed up
Griff.
foot. Like, she
You-
really does have a messed up foot.
Yes.
It was bent, you're right.
You peruse over her belongings on her person, and as your familiar searches for everything, you only already come across a pouch that is on her waist.
No,
And the
fucking
pouch
no.
itself is just filled with like all kinds of really strange knickknacks and things. There's a tiny little bottle of water. There's a little rock and balls of string. There's a ball of wax and pitch.
Dude, is she a fucking, like, transmutation wizard?
no, my familiar has probably seen a spell component pouch before. Does it look like one?
Oh my god, I fucking called it!
Like, I don't know. I love it.
He's just gonna like curl up and go to sleep. I don't want to let anything off. No sign of what I just found or anything.
All right.
No gleam in the eye, nothing. Look away. Look away quick.
What's
Can
happened?
we take a break?
Yeah, you can take a break.
What happened? Did you see something?
Take a 5.
You look white.
You see
As if you
something,
see
say
a
something,
ghost.
remember?
Yeah. Yeah, see something, say something. Hey, wait, Nakba, you just showed up. You got that
Wait.
gold?
I gotta step outside so I can demask.
I want to go
for
to the
another
room
social
first before I come
distance.
back.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Get out of here.
You want to
Rest
go?
of-
live at 5. Oh, we're live.
Yay! We're live.
I failed.
Welcome back to Chronicles of the Coast. Our DM has chocolate in his mouth right now, and he's enjoying that.
That's really good.
Yes, he is. And he deserves it because he's a good DM. Yay!
Hershey's chocolate is delicious.
We were just mentioning how impressed we are with this murder mystery.
Oh yeah, we're doing a lot of talking about that. We can't figure out who's responsible. But one thing we know is that if it's a person we think is responsible, we don't really want them to get in trouble for it.
True.
Yes.
Good. I'm really glad. I spent some time on this, and somebody once laid out to me that for every 30 minutes that you spend on a D&D game should equal out to at least an hour of gameplay. And we're coming up close to about what I spent on this.
Nice.
In order to make it convoluted and tricky and enough
Nice, good job.
leads and motives and backstories and like, oh man, can this get any more complicated? Who doesn't have a motive to kill this woman?
Right.
Have we surprised you with any of our theories?
No.
No?
No. I mean, because every character I wrote was like supposed to be an idea. So
Okay.
I'm having fun,
Yeah,
and
this is fun.
and I gotta say that I feel selfish because this has been like almost more of a D&D game. The murder mystery has almost been more based off of like having fun as a DM than as a player, because I have gotten to try so many like unusual voices for it.
Yeah, and personalities.
That's
And,
what
Oh,
I was-
yeah.
I was telling Renee the next day, I was like, Jesse just did like 12 voices last night. I was like, that's
Oh my God.
craziest.
Tomb of Annihilation. I don't know how you kept up.
Yeah.
I don't know how.
It's hard. It's hard. Matthew Mercer definitely makes it look easy. The way he drops one and picks up the next,
They're
like
voice actors.
they are. They are.
It's their bread and
I
butter,
think
man.
Yeah.
split personalities have a lot to do with
He
it.
says that they're all personalities
And
in
they
his
help.
head. Yeah.
Makes
Anyway,
sense.
You know,
let's do
So-
this.
I'm all
So,
for it.
here's
You
what
all,
yeah.
you all just finished
Yeah, 'cause we can't touch
speaking
quarantine.
with the Dragonborn. The Dragonborn, bronze scales with prison tattoos on his neck, and one of the tattoos representing a faction known as the Grizzly Shackled, who are a band of bounty hunters. His name is Jarxes. You just finished speaking with him. And you also finished speaking with Strider, who has revealed his true name because of a slip-up by the elf he is trying to protect from accusations, who definitely has a motive to kill someone. So,
Yeah, so we've had a couple realizations while on break, and we would like to address Navi. Is Navi in the room still?
Navi is in the room.
Navi,
Yes.
come here, my friend.
Excellent. Yes.
After speaking with my friends and I, it's become apparent and more than likely possible that this murderer did not act alone.
It is a possibility, yes. Something that I have been thinking about myself.
How possible is it for there to be a stowaway aboard?
These things are always a possibility, though I will have you know that no supplies or rations have come up missing since our departure from Dragonstone.
That's not true.
Nor would they.
That's not true.
Yeah. We had a knife stolen earlier. Sorry.
Well,
Well, a dagger.
Personal.
my apologies. I mean the ship and the crew.
What I mean is, nor would they if someone here on the ship was providing them with food. A stowaway that wasn't a paid passenger so they could help them get away with this murder. Anyways, what I'm thinking is perhaps the crew can go about searching the ship and just taking another look for any stowaways.
We shall search the top deck and the other decks, cabins and whatnot.
Every inch.
Should they find anything interesting beyond a stowaway, let us know at once.
It is difficult to find certain stowaways. If we are talking about somebody who is capable of casting magic at an intermediary level, they could be invisible. But we shall search.
Okay.
It's time for me to feed the sharks anyways.
In the meantime, my friends, I suggest we go and try and find this spell book unless somebody else has something.
Don't accidentally get pushed off.
We
Okay.
never did look for any type of book. We were looking for evidence of murder.
Yeah, we want to go to where Sage, I believe it was, said he lost his spell book.
And what was that you said, Mooney?
I said don't get pushed off. Usually this is the part where a second person gets murdered.
By the gods. You experience this sort of situation often, then.
No, he's
I,
right, though.
How much time has passed?
We're approaching the final act.
You're like roughly somewhere in the 4.5 hours into this investigation.
And what time is it in
Yes,
general?
thank
Because
you.
we were having dinner.
You were having dinner.
Mm-hmm.
It is late.
Are we approaching the witching hour?
Bounty hunter,
Sure.
Okay.
can you stay with him until he gets back? I don't want him to accidentally get eaten by the sharks.
I don't think his own sharks would eat him, Mooney.
Oh.
But, I mean, there are other creatures down there.
There was a time in my life that I took unsavory contracts. I dealt with things that other people wouldn't deal with for coin, things that I am not proud of. In those dark days while we delved into the darkest depths of crypts and drove stakes into the hearts of Vampire and uprooted the aberrations of Alabar himself. Always traveled with a buddy.
This is Jarxes?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Where'd this guy come from? And
I told you. I am a member of the Grizzly Shackled. And I work for Coin.
yeah,
Jarxes is on the case.
Dragonborn
I
champion.
see.
Looking for family on this ship. This is the easiest contract I've ever taken.
All right, here you go. I give him the 10 coin.
10 more coin. That's 2 days. All right.
No, this is the new job. You
Now
have to
what's-
do both at the same time.
what's
Guard the guy. Yeah, stay as his buddy.
Hired muscle. Jarxes is on it!
Yeah, he's literally the engine to the ship. So if he dies, we're all stuck out here.
I'll die before I let any harm befall him.
Thank you.
It's good thinking, Mooney.
For today.
I appreciate this.
Yeah, we're busy. I can't
Right.
be everywhere.
Thori,
Very true.
Can I borrow 10 gold from you, Nakma?
right?
Do I even have to?
Oi!
I gave it all to him. He got the bag of holding.
Thori,
Oi!
we have, to the best of our ability, gone over the body and looked at it every inch. From a cleric's perspective, would you mind looking over the victim?
I can do exactly that! Tell me what it is that you want me to look for!
Any signs of, perhaps damage around the fingers from frequent uses of poisons? Anything out of the ordinary beyond the neck wound, which we know was likely the cause of death? How long she has been dead?
Very well, I shall do what you ask, and I will find it. Never worry, Thori is on the case!
Fantastic.
Dory.
He goes into the room and he gets to work examining the body.
Yeah. In the meantime, we're gonna go look for the
The
spell.
healer.
Okay? What do you do, Nekma?
I am going to. I guess we were going to go to the girl, right?
We
Not
are
yet.
going to get Sage and go to where he lost his spell book.
Yeah. Yeah, I forgot to mention that. We're taking Sage with us.
Go with him.
Okay.
Does somebody need to stay here and watch all the other people?
We trust Thori.
And what about the other, I mean,
Suspects?
I guess Strider can help us out.
Sure.
Yeah.
Everyone else will stay where you are. We will be back. Everyone watch each other.
Relax, have some
One of
more
you might be a
juniper ale.
murderer.
So
Bye.
who's all left in the room? Who do we have left in the room?
Quite a few people.
That leaves
I believe.
that leaves
No.
Alvin,
Jarxes is
Rocher.
going.
Oh yeah.
Thor's the Morok. Did we let him go?
We let Mark go.
Okay, then Rosha's gone. Manova is gone. It's just Ellen. Did we leave Ellen?
Yeah.
Ellen?
Ellen the blacksmith.
Sage and
Alvin.
Strider, and
Sage.
And
his
Kerwin.
what's her
Kerwin.
name?
Yes,
Kerwin. There's like 5 of them
dozen.
down there.
No free
We're
ward.
taking a few of them with
Yeah.
us.
Yeah, Freeward got sent out. He's just a
Okay.
jerk. Rosher's just a jerk.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're
Alright.
taking Sage to where he was doing the magic with the girl.
You travel up one level on the ship and start looking through the various areas here, looking for a spellbook, I believe.
Yeah.
Tell me how you do this.
While they're looking for the spellbook, I want to talk to Sage. Just idle chit chat, but eventually I'm gonna broach the subject of like what kind of magic user he is. Like, hey man, you know, you use like a component pouch. You're more of an arcane focus guy.
Girl.
Sage is...
Sage is a male.
He.
He?
Yeah, Alvin referred to him as
They're
they,
both-
and
they're
then
both.
he multiple times.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Sage
They're
is kind of a
buddies.
he-they situation.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I got to.
Are they more of a spell component pouch or an arcane focus kind of person?
Give me an investigation. Arcana check.
You can't just ask him flat out.
Yeah, I'm just asking.
I
Oh,
think he
you're
was-
asking?
Yeah, I'm just asking.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
I'll do
I'm
a
chatting.
search, but
Yeah.
he's talking.
Arcane focus. You organize the side of the wand at their hip.
Yeah. Okay. Fuck.
Oh, what does that say?
Ask him if he is missing something else besides the book.
Are you missing anything else besides this book, my friend?
No, I'm afraid that I can't say that I am. I
know your guard has been up because you thought I was a thief.
Indeed, as I said, I kept track of my belongings. The magical wand that I have at my side, the spellbook nowhere to be seen. And it is so expensive to transfer spells to a spellbook.
This is very important. What spells did you have copied down in your book?
Oh, not many. Mostly just the cantrips that I had prepared. If memory can serve, I believe I also had mage armor. I had shield. I had magic missile. I've been working with that one. Trying to get it to actually damage the creatures that I attack.
Firebolt, right?
Well, that was a cantrip. As well as prestidigitation and mage hand.
Yes.
But what of the rituals? What rituals?
I didn't have any rituals. I also had burning hands and shield and disguise self.
Tells us nothing.
Were all of the spells in my spellbook.
Was there any room to see outside of the cupboard when he was inside of it, Cyrano?
What cupboard?
The one the girl was in.
The
When he walked
closet?
into it. The closet, sorry.
Could you
wanna-
see out? Was there a crack?
You want to go look?
Yeah, I'll go look real quick.
If he asks me, I can do it in memory.
Oh,
So
yeah.
he's-
Can I
what-
ask him?
You did ask him. You just did it out loud.
Yeah.
I don't know. Let me think.
It wasn't one of the things that you checked for.
I can't. So it was completely dark in there.
It was
100%
dark. There was light coming through from certain areas.
There were cracks.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh.
I did put my goggles on in his defense. I told him that. I put my goggles on.
And
There were cracks. Could I see the latch through the crack?
No.
There's no way you could have mage tanned it on.
That is our current theory. We might need to check that out.
I think it's important that we at least test it, eliminate it as a possibility,
But
no matter how absurd it might be.
Okay, well, I will do a perception in the room. I
So
will
you leave
activate
the floor that
eyes
they
of
are
the
on
eagles.
and go back to. Oh no.
No, we're
You
searching.
stay
for-
on the one.
Searching
Okay.
for the book first. Using eyes of eagles. Oh, goodness gracious. Good thing I have it. 18.
18.
I'll use my lizard.
Searching.
As you
searching.
search the area, looking top to bottom for this missing spell book, you come up empty-handed.
Ah, leave. I do not find it.
What areas of the ship?
On to the
could we-
next.
We can
No, I
search
think
her
we must
floor by
search the
floor.
girl's room again for the spell book.
Perhaps
She-
it is a disguised person situation.
Sheet. No, because we touched everybody. We made sure to do that.
The girl.
Not the girl. No.
He's been stepping on everyone's feet.
Yeah,
Did
yeah.
anyone else not notice?
Yeah.
Yeah, like in
So
the
weird.
last episode too, I went out of my way to touch people
Mhm.
to see if they were different.
Interesting.
Maybe she has it on her. She's just disguised.
My familiar has been like sleeping on me.
Touching
and stuff
and searching. Yes,
touching,
that's
yeah.
true. That's true.
And she has blankets on or something, right? No.
Yeah,
Well, we shall
something
continue
like
with the plan. No book to be found.
that. No book to be found. And
No
this-
stowaways, I'm assuming.
Nothing's come back yet.
Then move on to the third part.
Talk to the girl.
Read the decks.
Yeah, the crew is doing a pretty good job, no?
Are they?
We don't know, and they know the ship much better than we do.
What do the crew do here anyway?
They swabbed the deck.
The crew,
They
Swab
serve us food.
It's all
they've
swabby.
been doing all kinds of stuff up top.
Very
General
swabbish.
maintenance, keeping things
Very
clean,
Looking
etc.
busy.
Basically, I mean, they're all
Singing
explorers.
work songs.
I don't want to be fed to the
Hallelujah.
sharks. I work very hard.
They're all explorers. They're explorers, and they're ready to do that, which means that all of them are trained to like go on land and explore and help the cartographer. But at the same time, they're all also experienced sailors. They actually would not look out of place on a pirate ship.
There's sailors on a Marth, sing our song.
Nakwa's gonna go up on the top deck.
All right. Nakma's on the top deck.
Yes, and I'm just gonna start searching around the outside edge of the boat,
Okay.
But there ain't
looking over, seeing if there's any like ropes hanging down low, and pull them up if there is. See if there's anything tied off. Anything maybe at the front of the boat? Is there like one of those ornamental pieces? I can't remember what they're called.
A figurehead.
Yes. Is there anything there? Maybe look underneath if there's spots of hiding from what I can
The-
see and possibly reach without falling.
This
over.
ship has a pretty crude but like imposing looking figurehead. It looks like a series of arrows all coming together and
Okay, that's cool.
creating a ram of some sort.
Okay.
Somebody painted the figure of like a halfling woman like this on the side of it, but that's really
Nice.
about it.
Nothing anywhere else. Okay.
Nope.
Oh,
Just looking around. I'm gonna just keep searching the top deck.
what did Thori find before we do
Give
it?
me a perception
Oh,
search.
yes.
And Thori comes back to you like,
Plus 3.
11.
This is as if everything that you said is true. It's not as I looked over the woman dead in the room. Everything that I could do is that she died from a lack of blood going to her brain. Everything that I searched, top and down. She's been dead for quite a while, no doubt, as we've all been speaking for hours.
Yeah.
It hasn't been hours, has it?
God.
counting how long our last game took plus this game. Yeah, it's been
He said
hours.
4 hours.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but we had a meal in between that time.
No, an investigation for 4 hours is what he said.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So nothing new, Thori.
Nothing that I can see. It's as if she was slashed in the throat and died.
By someone she trusted, most likely, is what we've come to
It
assume.
is awfully hot in here.
Yeah. Oh my god. I hope you're a man of few words. Should we search the room real quick for the spell book before we go?
I searched it.
You did? Okay.
Did you roll for that? For the for up top.
No, I'm talking
You
about.
want me to search on the deck with you?
No, I want you to
I went by
search the
myself.
murder.
The common deck, not the room, the cabin.
Oh, right. I want to search the room in the cabin. We didn't
Okay.
search there.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. Or
Which
I'd
room?
like you to.
Which room?
The kid in the mother's room.
Oh, where the... Oh, yeah, I searched
It's a
it.
bloody mess.
You guys have searched it for
Other
like
things.
roll a search, perception search it.
Oh boy.
We weren't looking for a book.
Yeah.
Okay. That would be 21.
Nice. Taking a different approach to your search this time. You look at stuff and
I'm
you
looking for a hidden book. Is that what...
And you come to a spot on the mattress, the feather bed, where you see the side of it has been cut. And as you lift it up, you feel there is an object in the mattress. You reach in and you pull out a spell book.
Okay. I set it down.
What's the dwarf say?
Any blood on it? Any fingerprints? Anything on it?
Yes, he's just watching.
I activate the static field in my gyro glove, and I project the static field as a mage hand, and I start opening and searching and moving it around, looking for blood, is it concealing a dagger?
As you flip open the pages and look from page to page, you don't see any signs of blood or anything like that. No dagger. The only thing that you come across is that there are two spells on a page that have been dog-eared. One of them is Mage Hand. The other one is Prestidigitation.
Oh.
Oh yeah, the shoe, of course. Anyone who is not familiar with the spell, Prestidigitation, you can clean up blood off of your shoe.
I just
And the
like.
mage hand, perhaps, here, I will go see if I can somehow trigger the latch from the inside.
There's no way you can lock that from the inside, Cyrano.
Let us try.
I've already tried. My tail doesn't fit.
But the magic of mage hand is strong. Perhaps I can trigger it.
You could see through the crack to cast this?
We must find out.
Oh my.
While he's doing that, I just like sit down on the bed with my head in my hands, like, fuck.
So you step into the closet. You close the door.
And I attempt to use my mage hand to
And
latch.
summoning Mage Hand within a space within 30 feet of you, which you do not necessarily have to see, but has a line to connect the Mage Hand to your hand. It is able to, the magic reaches under the door and out the other side, and with Mage Hand you feel up the top, lift up the latch, and slide it over.
Okay, can someone let me out now?
You just let yourself.
No, I don't know if I'm not good.
Alright.
Just leave him in there for a while.
No, seriously.
You keep on knocking, but you can't come out.
I do have wine in this bag.
I opened the door.
Thank you.
Unlocking the door and
great.
sliding the latch down, you
Brilliant.
opened the
I was
door.
lying about the
Like,
wine.
let me
Sorry,
out.
Mooney.
Brilliant. How did you come to this conclusion?
Well, she is clearly a mage. We figured this out. She does have the spell in the book.
But her leg was messed up.
She's
She
being
couldn't walk. How
the
did she make it
poisons-
across the room?
The poisons which I'm sure you shared with me, the eye of poppy and milk and all those things.
Yes.
Perhaps if you would allow me, I could investigate the girl and see if there's anything truly wrong with her. Her mother wouldn't allow me so close.
You're
He's
so
gonna
angry.
bust a blood vessel.
Oh my god.
I think that's a very wise idea, Thori.
But
I love it.
the ingredients that you mentioned earlier, you can use them to numb certain parts of your body in certain dosage.
Alright, wait.
Oh.
We gotta stop everybody right
I don't
here.
know that.
I shut the door and I look at Thori and I look at all of you guys and I'm like, so we know the kid did it.
Crikey! The kid did it!
Thori.
Oh, but she's just a wee lass!
Do I hear this from up top? Oh my God! Yelling.
He's always yelling!
Do I hear that? The wee lass!
I'm like,
my hand
I
up.
literally just
Put
like
my
put my
hand up.
hand over
I'm
his
just
foot.
like,
What are you doing?
The wee lass!
What?
Lick his hand.
Sorry!
Human
I
skating with a lick
sometimes
her hand.
speak out of turn!
Yes.
Listen.
You are a fine person, but can you
Thori.
whisper for a moment?
Is that why they call you Thori?
Thori, I like you, man. I really do. But like, I don't want to fucking have to kill this kid.
Yeah, I couldn't handle that. It's by all the evidence, she was victimized for quite some time by Mother Madeline.
Yeah, it seemed like her mom was going out of the way to do this, and she kind of wanted to escape it. But we don't really know that yet because we haven't talked to her. Maybe she's evil.
Maybe
Who
she
knows?
is evil.
We haven't any damning evidence yet! Allow me to inspect her, and I shall cast
of my old coin, greater restoration. I have the components to do it.
But there's only but one thing we have not
I've
found.
got to
That
go
is
see
the
why
murder
he's yelling,
weapon.
so I'm
We have
coming
not
back
found the murder
down.
weapon.
Yeah, from up top, you just hear.
We've made
Yeah, exactly. But
We hear upstairs. Dun, 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 dun.
Is there a portal in their bedroom?
No, no,
Yeah.
no, she said.
Like in their bedroom?
Hold on.
Yeah.
No.
No.
Yeah, you walk past all these people just staring at the hallway. Then they're
All
looking
screaming at
and then they
dude.
stare back
Nightmare
at the
comes
hallway.
running down.
I'm just like, why is he yelling?
You open the door. Oh, good! Nightmare is here!
Did he do it? Is it him? Is that why he's yelling?
No. Thor
Usually,
did not do
that
it.
happens.
Sorry as always, yeah.
Okay. he's with
Nakma,
us.
you have the coin in hand, correct? You went and fetched the coin from Joxy's room?
I did.
Very good. Hang on to that.
Thanks, I think I will.
Thori,
Buy something
gather
nice.
your things.
I will do so. I apologize as well. I am doing my best to use my inside voice.
You're doing great, Thori. Just
He
don't worry
leaves.
about it.
Yeah.
He leaves, and he meets up with you up top near the captain's cabin, which is a door on the top deck.
Okay.
And he has his things.
Do we gotta kill Thor?
And
Navi
Navi
with
is
us?
there,
Yeah.
and he has the key to the door.
Okay.
And he unlocks it and opens up the door. As he does so, the captain sits up.
Do I see the Dragonborn?
Yep.
Off to the side somewhere.
My
watching?
pseudo
Oh
dragon.
no, the pseudo dragon, but not the dragonborn.
Oh, okay.
Leave us to
Dragonborn,
sleep.
Bounty hunters.
Dragonborn has been following Navi around,
Oh.
as is his instructions. So he is off to the
that's
side,
right.
and he's like, you feel uneasy because now he's like watching you, like you might be the killer. He's like, you notice that he picked up a bat at some point, and he's like, you don't know how, but he's managed to like wrap some barbed wire around it. And it's like, where did you even find that?
Nice.
It's a new invention.
Look at ourselves alive one here. I like
Nice.
this guy.
Do we get to pick
We
Okay.
a
found
Do
two
we get to
cool
pick a new
NPCs on this
companion?
boat, man. I like the orc and the
Yeah,
dragonborn.
Moroccans to come with us.
Okay.
So, before we go in and talk to the girl, she did mention they.
Who said they?
The girl said they
They.
when we first talked to her.
When like they grabbed me or whoever was it grabbed them, you mean?
They killed her mother, I believe.
I think what I remember her saying is they tell me that mother is gone.
Yeah, she did not know.
Meaning,
She said specifically she asked us, is my mother dead?
yeah.
She
But
did not
like,
know. Or at
she-
least she was lying,
Yeah,
of course. But
okay.
hey, you think they're still an accomplice?
I don't know. I don't know.
You're probably right.
Everything points to her, but
Oui.
she's young and she's had to help somewhere.
Yes.
That's-
If there was help, of all the people that we have spoken with so far, the person who is most likely to help her would be the woman, Minerva.
Minerva.
I think that she would be most likely. That she spent time with the mother and the girl. She knows her stop story. She asked for money, but she figured out that it was a scam.
Mm-hmm.
So that would have turned to the idea that the mother was poisoning her and she would want to help the girl.
Well, we have a suspect before, so let's try and get to the bottom of this. And you said we see them, they wake up, right? What's the little girl doing? Percy.
Percy is sitting
Percy.
up on the bed. Your pseudo dragon has kind of like jumped back and taken a stance nearby. And the captain sits up and tries to make himself look as presentable and regal as possible. Navi is like, the captain would like to announce that nothing out of the ordinary has happened while he has stood vigilant over the girl.
I appreciate your vigilance, Captain. And you are an honor to your kind. No pirates here. Percy?
Yes?
We've done a great deal of talking with the folks on board the ship here, trying to find out just exactly what happened to poor Mother Madeline. And some of the things that we have learned have disturbed us a great deal, child.
Did you found Mama's killer?
Nakma, close the door.
Slam!
Is Thori inside or outside?
Oh no, Thori's inside.
Okay.
Yeah.
Everybody who needs to be in is in.
Okay, so that means
That means that Navi is in there as well as the Dragonborn who like opens the door back up and closes it behind him.
Give him a look.
I'm sure you know Thori here.
Yes.
What is she clutching?
Just her
Her shirt.
nightgown.
Okay, thank you.
not a necklace.
No.
Yeah.
Little necklace
Yeah.
freaked out, that's all.
Is there an orb she's holding of some sort? Yeah.
Necklace anxiety?
Thori here is known as a cleric. You know what a cleric is, right?
Yes.
Well, he's here to help you.
I'm okay. That's fine.
Well,
I
you're okay.
I'm good. I'm fine. How are you?
no. Well,
You see, Thori here has the ability to restore very persistent wounds. Ones like your leg.
okay.
He can make it whole again. And he will do this out of the kindness of his heart. Isn't that right, Thori? Just not. Thank you, Thori. Wouldn't that be nice, child? To be whole again? To be able to walk without a crutch?
Yes.
Just get it over with.
Yes.
I look at you, and I look at you, like,
Yeah.
I'm like, is that fucking true? Is she lying?
You want us all to roll an inside check?
I mean, I look at them too, at least. I know.
14? Yeah.
No, I'm not that bad. 12? Oh, yeah. Never mind. Zero.
I just kind of, I give each of my
seemed
friends
pretty,
a look.
like-
Yeah.
Just as John right now watching this, it seemed pretty like suspect.
Yeah.
The fact that she said I'm fine, yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Oh, yeah.
She is
It did.
incredibly tense and nervous, but does not give you a reason to believe that she's lying.
Okay.
Mhm. Okay. Will you accept this gift?
Okay. Yeah.
Thori?
But how does this help find who killed my mother?
We'll get to that, child.
If it means anything to the rest of you,
He switches.
I would appreciate just a moment so that I might look over the child to see what it is that I am casting the spell upon. I assure you, a licensed practitioner of apothecary and medicine.
Yes.
A moment alone.
A moment of privacy for the girl!
I walk over behind the girl. Listen, mademoiselle. We know you're up to something. I will be readying a spell. If you unleash any kind of harm upon anyone in here, I will burn your face off.
Intimidation roll.
Well, 13.
God, our track record with kids is terrible.
And Mooney will eat you after that.
What? No.
I was trying to be
No.
quiet.
Oh.
He said it just to her.
Okay, I'll try to convince her I'm not going to eat her.
Guys!
Oh, it is
18.
undecided. It's a 1, guys.
18.
Oh, no.
Just trying to justify my reading spell.
I'm just adding to the terror,
Yeah, you are.
terror tactic.
Thori asks that all of you
Crying
stand
girls always spill
behind
the
something
beans.
or a barrier or
Oh.
avert
We don't have to leave the room.
If there is the captain does have like one of those wall dividers.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's
a partition screen.
All right.
We pull out the captain's partition screen across the room.
All right.
You see like the outlines of them, like.
And it's just the sound of like Thori like angrily asking like small minor things like, "All right, say ah, say ah, ah." No,
Right, with your tongue. Damn it.
Yeah.
Rolling hard.
This continues on for like a good 10-15 minutes before Thori stops like, "All right,
It's like he's constantly got phlegm.
Or something.
I'll have a word with ye. If that is fine with ye, might we speak outside in hushed tones?"
I hope so.
Is that
And
possible?
Thori steps out with you, Navi and the captain stay behind, and you step outside, and he's like, "All right. Let me be frank with all of ye.
Your name's Dory, though.
But I
Frank?
and Thori is no liar. That girl, she's not a wee lass.
I knew it.
She's a halfling. She ain't even that woman's daughter. Full-blooded halfling.
Is her
I
leg
will-
at least injured?
Possibly from an effect of the poison. She is unable to walk. Like, have you ever tried to walk when your leg is freaking asleep? You can't do it. You collapse to the ground. I suspect that the numbness poison that she has been ingesting has been causing her to collapse, requiring the crutches. In time, her body would heal without any need of restoration. But that lass ain't no lass. She's an adult woman halfling.
Okay, so it's okay to kill her then now, right? Like we're back to hanging. This is back on the door, right? This is like
all
back up. And
It all depends on her involvement in the grifts. She
I
was
mean-
part of it.
this is so deep. Maybe we should just like burn everything down.
I have to admit, I am a little angry right now. Been manipulated, lied to, taken advantage of. Even after this woman's death, her ploys continue. I've had enough of this. I could see why you threatened to burn her face off moments ago.
Was there any markings on her of
Yeah, right.
shell surrounding edges with 3 moons?
No,
Genesis.
no,
Any tattoos, any
No
markings?
markings.
nothing like
of
that.
moons.
No, she appeared to be like a young human girl. Oh, a wee lass, but she ain't no lass. She's an adult maid. Well, I suspect that she's somewhere near 20, 21 cycles of age.
Ugh.
We must find out her involvement in these grifting schemes.
Yeah, it's time we question her.
Let's just ask her.
We're gonna go back in.
You step back in. She's sitting there. She's gone pale.
It's pale.
The captain and Navi are standing there, doing their kind of like silent stare at each other.
So did they hear anything he just said?
What do you think?
Yeah.
Did
They probably
she
heard
hear?
like mumble, 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 mumble. Oh, she ain't no lass!
Right?
Mumble, mumble, mumble.
I'm gonna look around the room and make sure there's no like open goblets of wine or anything she could have poisoned that the captain will just like casually walk over and take a drink of while we're talking.
There certainly are open goblets of wine and such. Yes.
I'd like to go from each one and start fucking dumping them all out.
The captain's like,
It's most,
Navi.
I will explain in a moment.
I look at the captain. I'm like,
Go ahead.
Percy. Percy.
The young girl.
Percy.
Yes.
This isn't going to end well for you if you don't start coming clean. Drop the little act, the soft voice. We know what you are. What we don't know is who you are.
Ready in action to strike if she uses a spell to hit somebody.
Is my familiar still on her?
No.
No. Yeah. I just walk up and I grab the spell component pouch and yank it off of her belt.
Damn.
Explain yourself. We found the spellbook in your room. We know that the door can be locked with Mage Hand. You need to stop with the lies. Your plot has been uncovered.
I stole the spellbook from the wizard, and I learned how to cast Mage Hand and Prestidigitation. And then I cut her fucking throat. And I watched her bleed out on the ground. And it was more mercy than that horrible woman ever deserved. And I would do it again.
What hold did she have over you to do her bidding like this?
She has been feeding me poison, making me act as her young daughter all my life. I have no idea where I came from, and I have no memory of a life where I haven't been crippled by her cruel habits, her twisted ways of milking coin from others. And I went along with it for too long, and finally enough was enough. I slashed her throat, and as I watched the panic in her eyes, flitting back and forth, looking for an answer, I smiled. You have no idea how good it feels. She deserved so much worse. There's a special place in the 9 hells for her dark soul.
I bet there is.
And I don't care what happens to me next, because I will never be a victim again. So do what you're going to do. Go ahead and say whatever speech you have rehearsed in your head, because I don't care.
You know, you should have been honest.
You really should have been honest with us.
And admit to murder.
Self-defense, as far as I'm concerned.
Mm-hmm.
I struck down an unarmed woman with a dagger and watched her bleed out in front of me. Self-defense. Maybe I should hire you as my lawyers.
Poison is a weapon, is it not? Even now your body courses with the effects of it. This woman has poisoned you over a long period of time. You should have trusted us.
Then am I free to go?
This is unfortunately not up to us. It's not our ship.
There's but one who can rule in such matters.
It's a captain.
Yes, I'd like to hear a word from the captain. What does only his strong
captain
words of decision
to say.
could
I
come
look
out
at the captain
now and have clear.
and I'm like, Mooney,
Boisterous opinion.
in times like this, words
Sorry.
fail us. My friend the captain, simply nod your judgment. Or speak to Navi as you wish.
Wow, he's really going.
Spit it out, man.
This is miming it out. This is great on an audio cast. This translates awesome.
Navi speaks up after several gestures with the captain and nods and back and forth glances. The captain would has declared that while this ship flies the banners of Honor's Guard, it is by law under their jurisdiction, and as so, the girl is subject to the laws of the Kingdom of Honor's Guard and its sovereign right, and as such has been found guilty of murder. She shall be transported back to the Kingdom of Honor's Guard to await a complete trial and sentence upon her deeds. Considering the fact that the girl is not under the age of adulthood, it is likely that she will be charged as an adult and sentenced appropriately.
What if she just becomes part of your crew?
Navi,
I never set foot on land again.
She wouldn't have to worry about being part of this anymore. And
She
you'll
shall
have
be kept
another cat.
safe as part of the ship, locked in her quarters until she can arrive at a port under the jurisdiction of Honor's Guard.
he is right, Mooney.
Okay.
What happened to her was unjust, but the punishment for her crime was not murder. And I feel that the evidence should speak for itself in this case. Navi, what is the justice system like in Honor's Guard? Can she hire an attorney for herself? We have some evidence that she was victimized for quite some time.
Honor's Guard is a fair and just land where you are allowed to speak your side of the story and none are subjected to magical testimony. All are given an opportunity to present evidence on their own behalf. As such, the captain has asked that all of you write down a testimony of everything that you have seen and witnessed here today.
There are some other members of the crew who have information that could be beneficial to her as
We
well.
shall take account of all present on board.
Give her the coin, Nakma, to hire an attorney.
All right.
The bag. Wait, isn't that lady gonna wear a gold bag though?
She looks panicked and worried and is escorted back to her cabin. The captain pats all of you on the back, gives you a nod and a bit of a salute. And
Black Lotus, baby. That's how we do it.
and the murder is solved. Congratulations.
Alright, wow. That was intense.
I knew it was the girl the whole time.
For sure. I definitely went
say
back and
first.
forth
I
quite a
know.
bit. I will tell you that.
I was just thinking though, like,
And now we
They're
get
really
attacked
good.
by pirates.
Right?
well, I was thinking like as we walk outside
Forks
the
hit
captain's
you.
thing, I was like, so we're gonna get her out, right? That's the setup. We're gonna now that we've cleared ourselves, we have to pretend that we don't know how she got away, but we help her escape now, right? That's the
late.
plan.
Taz is lawful. She pays for her crimes.
So, you all rest for the night, having been through a lot of excitement and then late into the evening, and upon the next day, you awake. You leave your cabin at the ready. Strider, also now known as Faestrilian, gives a shameful but kind of nod
Oh my
to everyone.
God.
Unable to find the words for what he wishes to express, but
Did you at least wash up afterwards?
Never.
that's not how elves do.
Oh gosh.
And
You look
so,
really green. I
and
think she might have
so,
something, bro.
and you all take your breakfast, your morning meal, and go about your day. It is the last day of your voyage before you approach the aristocracy of Page, and you get up to the top, and you see that the crew is agitated. They're moving around a lot, and there are a couple of shouts back and forth to keep things set and in order. You notice that several of them are actually holding crossbows, large crossbows. And it catches your attention. You look up to the captain, who
You're
is
damn right
talking.
it does. Where were those
Yes.
other dragons attacked?
For real. Right? See?
The two of them are.
See?
Navi and the captain are looking back
Whole
and
thing.
forth at like what's
It's
going
a huge
on.
amusement park ride.
He's here, Taz. Damn right I'm upset.
And that's as the captain and Navi are like telepathically communicating what's going on, Nakma, you're actually the first to approach, and you see that they're agitated and they're like, "Hold on, lad. There's some interesting stuff that is going on out and about. Look over yonder on the horizon." And you look out on, and you scan the water and the coastline, and then you see the tiniest little thing. But
Do they have a
because
spyglass?
as you reach over for a spyglass, you take it, and the tiniest little thing becomes something bigger. And there is a ship that appears to be approaching. They have sails down and oars out, and they are coming in your direction. And as you look at it a little bit closer and you zoom in, you get a good figure on the massive Minotaur figure riding on the front of this ship. The figurehead is a massive horse made out of seaweed carved into a long ship. The long ship has sails made out of dragon scale of red, and it is bearing down heavily on your course. You see a crew of goblins and Minotaur, a captain who looks to be a halfling wearing a pea coat, a massive captain's hat, and a black beard that dangles down to his knees. But the thing that strikes you as most amazing and takes your breath away, and for a moment you forget to breathe as you gaze upon the figure, the Minotaur on the front end, clutching a rope, a massive battle axe in hand, a face half burned, is the unmistakable figure of your brother, Opa!
Shit!
And that's our game.
Yeah!
What do we know about
Oh
Opa?
my god.
What do you know about Opa?
Oh, about my brother.
My God.
And
older brother?
that's our game. That's our game. Yay!
Fucking yay.
Thank you. Good job, everybody.
Have a good night, everybody.
Awesome.
Opa!
Awesome.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Woo! This is the ghost.
This is gonna be
Guten
awesome.
bye bye.